Good morning, everybody. November 12th, 2018, 11/12/18. Happy Monday to you. Veterans Day observed today, with yesterday being the official 11/11 Veterans Day. The observation of it, meaning a holiday, is today, and happy Monday. Hope your Monday is off to a great start. We all had fun baking last night. Missy Jen had a nice hangout, had some new people on the panel, which was really cool. Some people from Trish and over from the craft beer pours community, and Kyle. So it was nice to see them. Last night, got the fireplace going. It's been in the 30s overnight, but it warms up to the mid-70s during the day. So it's nice weather, except for the smoke. Good morning, Jen.
Morning, Rosie.
Jen is my fire watch girl here. She stays on top of everything that's going on in the area. We got a little bit of a lull in the action today. What happened, Jen? Our air cleared up a little bit, but then I was reading in this morning's news that it's supposed to come in and worsen again in the next couple days. So
the expectancy to have the fire up north out is going to be November 30th.
That's a long time. Texas, good morning, sweetie pie. Hey, Beryl, how are you? Good evening.
That's
good
according
evening to
to
you.
Cal Fire.
Good evening to you over in the lovely UK. I hope you had a stellar day. And I don't know if it's the rainy season. Well, I don't know. It's always the rainy season in a lot of England, right, over there. That's what makes tough people, is little bit of rain once in a while. So good afternoon to you. Hope your day is off to a great start. It's dark now. The day is over. So you see George sitting on the couch over Missy Jen's left shoulder there, making himself right at home on my luxury couch. Yes, help yourself, right? George owns the place. Good afternoon to you, Jeremy
Good
Davis.
afternoon. Good morning.
Yeah.
From California.
Yeah, I thought Jeremy was down in L.A.
Jeremy.
I thought he was down in the L.A. Area. So got kind of an easy week this week, a day off, and then next week I'll be rolling down to L.A. Missy Jen will be having Thanksgiving with Bobby over at the Boston Janet's, as she usually does on Thanksgiving evening. And I'll be seeing some of my family, so it'll be a good time. I'll be out of town Thursday, Friday, and then coming back late on Saturday. And then the next thing that'll be on the agenda, we're going to have a little short jaunt up to Reno again, hopefully weather permitting. Yeah, well, if you sent the address, then we have it, Jeremy. No worries. We have it here somewhere. I'm sure we do. If not, we'll give you a chance to resend that, and we'll check that after Thanksgiving.
Should be in the vault.
Yeah, after Thanksgiving, we'll recheck and get things going for our Christmas card mailer. We'll get our tree in after Thanksgiving. We'll get our tree up after we get back from Reno. We'll go get our Christmas tree. Missy Jen likes to hang out with the guys at the tree lot there, right?
Well, I'm still going to have to get my surgery done, too.
Yeah, Missy Jen's going to have hey, how you doing, Carl? Potentially have a surgery coming up. Should be a relatively minor thing, but no surgeries. Well, we got it, Jeremy. I'm sure we do. I've got Carl's address. Carl, how are you doing today? Well, here's the cake that we knocked out last night. And I know you're saying to yourself, gee, Rosie, that looks like a big donut there. Isn't that beautiful? We got a maple coffee ring that has a maple glaze, and it ain't just maple flavor. This is real maple syrup. And Missy Jen, I paid $12 for that little bottle of maple syrup, and I probably used 2/3 of it in this. So you're looking at a very expensive, a very expensive coffee cake here today. But I think it'll definitely be worth it. Let me move that into me a little bit. So easy to make, not a big deal. Yeah, it was textbook. It wasn't a long hangout, but it was a fun hangout. It was good to get into the kitchen. Next, baking, and we'll be knocking out this Friday. I think we'll knock out the traditional pumpkin pie my way, which is a really light and fluffy variation on the pumpkin pie. Missy Jan will be down at the Boston Janet's for Thanksgiving. Good morning, Uber Goober lady.
Good morning, Uber Goober.
I gave Jen the information, so she'll be in contact with you. She has your particulars, Uber Goober lady.
Yeah, I sent you a message.
Okay, so she's probably got that. So it's always nice to see her. Good morning, Pam. How are you? Yes, doing coffee rings, doing morning things that we can eat for the morning, particularly when we get into the colder weather, and it never really gets super cold here. Will probably be cold in Reno, but that'll be a fun kind of cold up there. Like to do more things for morning and breakfast and all that. So, okay, so she returned an email. So nice to see you, Uber Goober lady. Glad to hear that, Pam. Glad you are well, my sweet Pam Madison. And Carl, let's see, Jeremy says, I'm having hot dogs and mac salad for lunch, my ghetto lunch. There you go. Might be out on the streets this afternoon. We get a little bit of sunshine. It might be fun to go out there and do a little, haven't had a hood walk in a while. So people really dig those hood walks out there because some of them dream of the day. Rosie finally gets her. Finally gets hers, right? Jen's like, no comment, just go and have. It's like, I always see where you are in case of absolute emergency. Love the hood walk. So Jen's like, I do know where you are if worse comes to worse out there. So
ich bin nichts verstehen.
Yeah.
Kein English.
Yeah. So I'm going to grab a cup of coffee and
no English.
Oh, pardon my yawn. Had a good sleep last night. Little on the chilly side here. Metallic.
Morning,
how are
Jessica.
you, sweetie? Jesse's girl in the house. Nice to see you, sweetie. Hope you're doing good. One of my favorite gals on planet YouTube. I haven't seen you around in a while, sweetie pie. I hope you're doing okay. I know the kids in the family keeps you awful busy. I haven't really been on Twitter too much. Not too much to run my flapper about over there. So, yeah. Yep. So I'm going to get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. I'm going to slice up this maple coffee ring.
Good morning or good day, hippie peace. Yeah, it is morning time here. It is 9 o'clock in the morning here. Somebody's rolling cigs.
Where have all the flowers gone?
Do you got a machine? Do you use a machine? Yeah, that saves a lot of money. I think I haven't smoked in ages, decades, but
yeah, I quit.
But I'm pretty sure smoking is an expensive hobby. These days. I remember when I was smoking, it was cheap.
Well, I don't know. I quit November 1st, 1995, so that's a long time ago. Honolulu, Hawaii. Oh no, your life's been a shit show. Hey, Hippie Peace, nice to see you, sweetie. How are you? Hey, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
How are you, honey pie? Nice to see you. Happy Monday to you. NC Van Man. We got the great Warren in the house. Good morning, Warren. I hope that you are well.
Mama Beth.
Mama Beth, good afternoon to you.
Enjoy your lunch.
Enjoy your lunch in the great state of West Virginia. Always happy to see you. Dixie.
Dixie.
Morning, babe.
Good
Mono
morning.
Chi-Chi. Good morning.
Mon Chi-Chi. Yay.
Mon Chi-Chi. I want to say one day I'd like to say that. Mon Chi-Chi. Yeah, my Chi-Chi. Good morning. Nice to see you.
There used to be a candy out in Germany.
Debbie, I haven't seen you in a while. Debbie Davis.
Mon Chi-Chi. It had a cherry in it.
YouTube sweetheart, Debbie Davis. Haven't seen her around in a little while. In a minute.
A liquor, cherry, and chocolate. Mon Chi-Chi.
Liquor, cherry, and chocolate. Okay.
Yeah, that's what the Mon Chi-Chi was.
So we're going to try to attempt to do some nice street streaming when we're up in Reno. I may actually give myself, for the first time in almost 6 years, I may actually give myself 3 days off.
Hello, Redhead.
I was on the Coles, carrying my mom. Oh, has a pinched nerve. Ooh, hey, Scottish. How are you, my girl?
Hey, Scottish.
Yeah, Debbie, I didn't make it. I was just too much to do in transferring video clips. I had a hell of
Deborah Daly.
I had a hell of a, hey, Deborah, how are you, sweetie? I had a hell of a job taking 225 clips of video and making that fishing video. I mean, that took 6 hours to put that thing together. It's not just putting editing together. You got to cut the music to it and pick the appropriate music. You know, you don't want to be leaving in the pitch black, blaring Highway to Hell or something. You know, you need to find appropriate music. You know, something dark and with some sinister minor notes in the morning. And then you got to build up to the happy stuff when you're, it takes a long time. You look at the description box on that video. I mean, it's long. You write up the trip and all the music. And Missy Jen, you have to save that. You have to put all of your music credits. You want to make sure that all the edits, it takes a lot.
I know, it's a lot of work.
Yep, it takes a lot.
I've been doing my share over the years.
Yeah, I doubt if I'll take off. I always say that, Mono Chi-Chi. I put a video up on YouTube every day for virtually over 5.5 years. Never missed a morning of having a video up. So thank you, Deborah, and thank you, Beryl. If you haven't seen the fishing video, and you ever wondered what it's like to go out on a party boat from the very beginning, waking up in the morning and hitting that boat at 4:45 a.m. and going out to sea in the bitter cold and pulling up crab pots and getting crabs, and then also doing fishing. You can see the whole darn day, cleaning the fish on board, the works. And you can have fun. Thank you, Pam. I really appreciate that. I used to take those videos and break them into, what would I do, Jen? 4 different sections. This is the time I decided to just do one video. One video. Then everybody could sit down if you're eating. You could watch it like a movie, like a 1 hour TV show, and just sit there and you can turn it off when you want, restart it, and just watch the whole. Absolutely classy redhead. I love taking you guys along. Boats and water are scary. It's particularly scary where we fish because this particular captain, I don't know, when he was first starting out, he tore out the bottom of his boat and people died on his charter boat. There were all kinds of problems. He doesn't mention that because this is called the new sea angler. Right. You don't ask what happened to the old sea angler. The
first sea angler was.
You know, you have reefs out there, and sometimes a captain gets a little hasty to return to port, and instead of going out and then turning in, he'll try to cut across
Good morning, Tara Boo. Happy
Hey,
birthday.
Tara, how you doing, baby doll? You cut across, and the tide was low, and he tore out the bottom of the boat. And if you hit the water in the Pacific there, you're dead. I don't care what time of year.
It's cold.
That water is in the low to mid 50s year round.
You'll
so
die
you die of
hypothermia within minutes.
And if that doesn't get you out there, that's why there's no beaches in NorCal up here. It's all rocky cliffs. If that doesn't get you, the 21-foot great white sharks floating around will finish the job for you. And those things are for real. If you go back and look at the first fishing video from November of last year, you'll see the video where a 21-foot great white shark took down a sea lion out there, and it was a bloody mess, okay? And I was very lucky. It's a real rarity to see that. Crab was outstanding, Chris. How are you? Nice to see you this morning. Chris, our friend from a couple streets over. So, Chris, why don't you go on one of the hood walks with me, huh? Yeah, that poor sea lion never knew what the hell hit it, Debbie. That was just a big bloody bubble on the water, man, when that son of a bitch hit. So everybody on that boat just stood there. You could have heard a pin drop. Yeah, you should go with me. Yeah, it's sad, but you know what, Deb? That's the circle of life, right? I mean, that's what happens. Hello, what she said. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be. That's the circle of life. I mean, you'll get people comment on the fish video. I feel sorry for the fish, or I feel sorry for the crabs. And did the crabs feel pain? Well, you notice that the boss ices down the crabs and just puts them into a state of hibernation before they hit the water, boiling water. So they just go, man. That's it. They don't feel anything. Oh, thank you, Dixie. That means a lot to us. Too smoky today. It's a code red. Well, I'll be chooching around this afternoon. I'm going to go out on a hood walk out there.
The carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide in the entire West Coast is...
Okay, East Coast, so it's noon. Okay.
Is above...
Yeah, Deb said, I don't feel bad for the fish or crabs because I love to eat. Yeah, it's you know, what did the Bible say? God gave man dominion over the plants and animals of the earth. Good morning, Jen. Jen's got a little sneezy. It's so dry here. It is so dry. The relative humidity is like record-breaking lows, because it's always like this before the rainy season hits, and then the humidity will go up.
We won't have no rain. I've been looking at the...
Here's the weather.
I'm watching every night the Doppler radar Geo 26 satellite.
I got your Geo 26.
Thank you, Debbie.
I got your...
Thank you, Redhead.
Yeah, I don't either, so Chris. A dry November is very rare here, and I've been here 20 years. So you don't think we're going to get... I wouldn't mind going to Reno and having nice, cool, but clear
The
weather.
reason why they say that the fire will be burned until November 30th is because the way the jet stream is going...
Ivy.
We have a high pressure system that's just lingering right there on the West Coast, and it's just staying there, and it's not going anywhere.
Good thing you weren't a school teacher. Now, class, let's take out.
And as long as that is there,
and begin to read from
the jet stream will not come in towards the inland.
It was the best of times. It was the worst.
Jet stream doesn't come in, we will not get any kind of moisture whatsoever.
Was a renowned novelist that lived in England in the 1800s.
Which is against the nature of the jet stream.
Yeah, Ivy's like, I came for the maple cake, not the other bullshit. Yeah, the cake turned out good. I'm very happy with the way that it's a maple ring for coffee cake. I'm
gonna give a lesson on infrared satellite pictures and stuff first.
Yeah, let me change my diaper first before you do
so
that.
Let's put that cake away from
That's going to be so exciting. I'm going to cut a piece of this for the Missy. Get her started here. How's that look? Pretty righteous for you?
7 homes in paradise. Wow.
There it is. Yeah, we're going to make some Christmas cookies, gingerbread, all that. Belinda, and good morning to you.
That's horrible.
Yeah, unfortunately, you found a home sitter, right? Okay, yeah, it's all sad. Also, our good friend Maxine on the channel, her in-laws lived in, I say lived because it's gone now. They've lost everything.
They're talking that there's a possibility that Orville might go if...
So we never know. One day you might the rancho might be gone. You never know. So be a sad day, but it is what it is. She has an awesome accent, huh?
Ja, mood is apfelstrudel. It's a coffee cake. Yesterday we were at the parade and they were flying a chopper. I was like, hey, run to the chopper now, run for the chopper.
Well, I'll tell you what, Babette, people don't really do too much with molasses anymore, but we'll go ahead and we'll give that a whirl. I think molasses cookies, I seem to remember that they're quite tasty. I think I've done molasses before, a few things. Now, molasses is one of those really wild flavors. Go ahead, Jen, and try your cake there. It's one of those really wild flavors it can take over everything. It's like when I made this cake yesterday, they say, in addition to using a ½ a cup of maple syrup, which is expensive as hell.
Morning, Queenie.
Morning, Queenie. They want you to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract to the cake. Now, why in the hell would I add vanilla extract to a maple cake? I want the maple cake flavor to come busting through. I don't want people to taste vanilla. It just seems like whenever people do cake recipes, they always feel like they have to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Well, what the hell? I omitted, you see the recipe in the description box last night, I omitted the vanilla extract. So you would be bombed with maple flavor on that cake. The maple flavor would shine through. Molasses is one of those ingredients that's strong as hell, okay? And a little bit goes a long way. And it's the same way I feel about using cloves is what I call the nuclear bomb of spices. It's so damn strong. Blackstrap is very healthy. Yes, it is. We tried making rum one time with blackstrap. I went down and bought 2 big jugs of that shit at the feed store.
It's got a nice consistency. So
we're gonna go ahead and give that a whirl. I'm happy.
It's got a nice coffee flavor and
it's got maple. It doesn't got coffee, but
the icing has a nice.
Oh, that's good. That's got a lot of vanilla punching through. How about that? You can really taste that, not vanilla, but really taste that maple flavor.
That's really good.
Very good.
Hello, Claire.
The rating on the bunt, this is more like a coffee ring, I think, than a bunt in the traditional sense. Yeah, hey, Claire, we're doing good. Oh, dog grooming, cool. I would say it's very high. I'm not sure what the difference. Sorghum is a different stalk. It's what they used in Depression days and days when there was rationing. If you had sorghum, you could make a sorghum sugar. Oh, you made heads was 165. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm getting about every day, Quinny.
Yeah, I'd say Jen's doing she's starting her upswing of goodness off of her infusion.
I'm just having a hard time with sleep.
Delicious. I'm really digging the icing too, that maple icing on it. So I'm a sucker for maple, but it's probably one of the most expensive cakes you can ever make unless you're going to use artificial maple. Thank you, Debbie. Well, parsnip, never heard of that. Parsnip and maple syrup cake. Now, Nicole, I was on the hangout with Nicole last night, and she was saying she's never tasted maple syrup. Yeah. Quinny said it looks dense, which I like. Quinny, I don't like cakes I don't like fluffy cakes. Hey, Ash, how you doing, sweetie?
Hello, Ash.
It is baking powder, Callie. If you look at last night's hangout, thank you, what she said. If you look at the hangout last night, you'll see in the description box. But maple syrup is hella expensive, the real stuff. She lives in Manchester, England. Mm-hmm. Maple's like one of my favorite flavors on earth. There you go. Chris has got his thing on Instagram. Oh, Belinda says, I live in Vermont. I take maple for granted. You want another piece, Jen?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, there's lots of maples up there, yeah. Thank you.
Yep. You enjoying that? You digging the Rosie Girls cake?
Pretty righteous cake.
Yep. Didn't use a mixer. I'm not using mixers or any electrical appliances. Just to show you guys, it can be done by hand very easily. It's a great breakfast. It really is. Oh, you only buy? Yeah, I'm always distressed. But then again, when you see how much syrup you have to boil to make real, like a quart of maple syrup, you have to use like something like 5 gallons or something to get a quart. Dixie, I've been baking for 20 years. I do a little bit of cooking now and then. Things I do well: lasagna, meatballs, chicken pot pies. We'll start getting into Sundays when we're cooking chili and Brunswick stew and those type of things. But we need to get into the real cold. We're actually in our coldest time of the year is December coming up, just before the rainy season. Then we stop getting the real cold. We get the 50-degree and then nasty, wet. I did receive the new mixer. Yes, I have. It's on the counter in the kitchen. Yeah. Ellie was kind enough to give me a link. QBC was having a special. I had the unboxing on that hangout. It's a nice big silver unit. I was very lucky to get something for that price. I'm getting ready to pour a significant amount of money into equipment for remote streaming. Chris says it's really cold out. Yeah, we still have tomatoes doing good. Debbie, it's called a Brunswick stew. And it's modeled after the stew that was served in Chowning's Tavern in Williamsburg, Virginia in colonial days. Brunswick stew. Traditionally, it's made with rabbit, but now most people make it with chicken. And it's a great stew. Really is an incredible stew. It's really great. So, Debbie, what do you got going on for this week? And are you having your kitty cat room? You love a Brunswick stew. Look up Chowning Tavern Brunswick stew, Williamsburg, Virginia. It's an amazing recipe. Oh, Vinny, I thought you did them on Thursdays. Is that on Wednesdays, or am I wrong? Vinny's going to be in be careful. Vinny will be complaining. Why do I get in trouble for the boom boom room? Where not a damn thing happens. And Debbie Davis and Tracy Plans are running a real God-forsaken strip club.
Good morning, Annette.
Oh, he already said that. That's funny as hell. That's funny as hell. Good morning, Annette. No, I didn't watch the People's Choice Awards, but I did see the clip of the Kardashians all weeping and slobbering on that thing. You know, all those a lot of those big heads in Malibu, their Carlsbad and those places, their homes are getting smoky. I'm going to be in Los Angeles. Jen's going to be at the Boston Janus with Bobby.
Jenner has lost the house.
Yeah, they don't call me Caitlin. They call me Cake Lynn. Get it? C-A-K-E. I thought that was the funniest troll that ever came in one time. Cake Lynn Jenner. Because of my baking. Wasn't that funny?
Money to rebuild. They're gonna
Happy Meal, where in the hell have you been? We thought you passed away. Jesus, it's been forever.
They should be laughing about that and going, ha ha ha, we're just going to rebuild.
Yeah, I will be in Los Angeles. Down there. Isn't that funny? Ash Caitlin instead of Caitlin, Caitlin. Yeah, I feel sorry. A lot of people are losing homes and stuff. So it's you live in the hills, fire risk is real. And for firefighters to get in there, you can imagine up in the Hollywood Hills in Malibu. I mean, you got to be a mountain goat to get around these areas. And, you know, fire equipment's trying to get up the hill and people are trying to get down in their Mercedes Benzes and Lambos, and it's a mess. Poppy's like, where's my cake? It is a mess. And let me tell you, we're qualified to speak, having seen a third of the city burn down here in 6 hours. What causes all those fires? See, the thing that people don't understand that don't live in California is it's not like the rest of the country. And I know you're going to laugh and say, oh, you know, Rosie, you got all the kooks out there. Yeah, I know, right? But I'm saying geographically and climatologically speaking, it's total. And I never appreciated it till I moved here in 1998. It's totally unlike any other place in the U.S. except for the Southwest of the United States. It's very dry because from, let's say, April 15th until sometimes mid-December, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 8 months of the year. You don't get rain one single day. Think about that. We get thunderstorm here maybe once every 3 years. You'll hear a clap of thunder. I mean, we don't have it here. Okay? A lot of the air that comes down from Canada, from the central U.S., it gets blocked by the Sierra Mountains. Okay? And when the high pressure sets up over the Nevada desert in the spring and summer and fall, it's this big bumper, big H there. And what it does is effectively moves all the clouds, moisture to the north and south. So we don't get rain one single day. That's why people can plan beach activities, camping, picnics, because it's not going to rain. Now you can imagine when you get days that are 100 degrees, 90 degrees, sunny every day, things start to dry out. There's no rain. There's no thunderstorms. There's no lush greenery. Everything turns to brown and everything is like kindling. It's all ready to go. And then all it takes is a high wind event in October or November to come in, knocks a tree over, knocks a power line down, big sparks on the ground. Next thing you know, you got a raging fire driven by 50, 60, 70, 80 mile an hour winds. And there's no fire department on planet Earth that can stop that. Okay? Now, the unusual thing that's happened now is that for the first time ever, these fires are destroying cities. They're getting, for the first time ever, wildfires are getting loose into cities. These things are moving the length of, a football field every minute. That's how fast they're advancing. And last October, for the first time in history, one of these bastards got loose in the city of Santa Rosa, and it burned down 6,000 homes in 6 hours. Okay, altogether 7,500 buildings, 40-some people dead. Okay, at that time, the largest the deadliest wildfire in U.S. history. Now, a year later, we have a wildfire that got loose in the city of 27,000 people called Paradise, California, and destroyed the town. It's gone. Our friend Maxine from the community here, a really nice cross-dresser, really nice gal, great family, spent it. She put us up for the night in Colorado Springs. Her in-laws have lost everything in Paradise, California. So now you understand why it's so dangerous here and why everybody's always nervous when windy conditions start up in fall. Because they know if any little spark, a car pulls off the road, somebody flicks a cigarette butt out of the car, that it could be full on, right? Dangerous conditions. Yeah, it's so Maxine, I got a text message from her on Saturday night that her in-laws, her wife's name is Kim, that Kim's family lost everything in Paradise, California. So they're scrambling now to try to get established and get set with Maxine in Colorado Springs. Yeah, it's terrible. It is scary. I mean, I'll show you this picture when I woke up. And if you haven't seen my videos on the channel, you can go down to my channel front page and you can see all the fire videos, the Great Santa Rosa Fire. The main one was nominated for the London International Film Festival under short documentaries. I didn't win, but it was quite an honor to be nominated and included in that, for that film, that cinematic video that I put together. But you can see that. On the morning of October 9th, let me show you guys. I got up, I usually get up at 5 a.m. and I'm out there walking around, and I couldn't believe what I saw in the sky looking east. Let's see if I can find this. This is what the sky looked like at 6 a.m. in the morning. Going to have a bit of a time focusing on that, but the whole downtown was in flames. All you saw was a red fireball over the city of Santa Rosa. And unbeknownst to me, overnight was driven by 70 miles an hour winds. A fire started over Napa County called Tubbs Lane, came over the hill into Sonoma County, spread like crazy, destroyed virtually every home up in the hills, Fountain Grove, $1 million and up homes, $1 million to $10 million homes. Charles Schultz home, the guy that did Peanuts comics, destroyed. All kinds of retired athletes and sports figures, came over the hill, destroyed thousands of expensive homes, drove into a Journey's End mobile home park, wiped out 300 mobile homes there. Right, you can see the video. Leaped the highway. This is like an 8-lane highway. It leaped across that highway, went to the other side, burned down the Kmart, motels, all kinds of shit. And it spread into a community called Coffee Park, where another 1,500 homes got incinerated there. And there wasn't a damn thing the fire department could do. The Berkeley Fire Department was called on the scene at like 2 a.m. in the morning, 1:30 a.m. in the morning. They got the call. They're 50 miles south of Santa Rosa, and by this time the fire department was calling out every available fire company within 100 miles to come rushing, because they thought they were coming to fight a brush fire. And they came up here, and Highway 101 divides Santa Rosa in two, east and west side. And when they came up, you can hear them talking in the video. They're looking to their left and they're looking to their right. And they're like, you can hear the firefighters like, God, there's fire everywhere on both sides of the city. And then they pull over and get to their first spot they're supposed to be in. There's like, we don't even know where to start. Every fucking thing is on fire. It's like, where do you even begin?
The camera was completely
no, the fire wasn't started on purpose. What happened was that in high winds, these Diablo winds up here, they took a tree limb, or a tree went over, knocked down a power line. The power line hit the ground, created tremendous sparking. These are 250,000 volt lines and stuff. And the fire began at that point, and the winds just drove it from the northeast to the southwest and just drove it over and into the city. Yeah, we're in danger here. If you look at our videos last year, we packed up the van 3 different times, and we're damn close to being evacuated. If the fire had gotten into this ghetto area, it would have been a conflagration here with apartment houses, and there would have been 50,000 people displaced just in this neighborhood.
PG&E has announced yesterday that they will switch out all the wiring and the posts and all the transformers across California in the next few years.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. Good morning.
They will have a thicker, more stronger insulation on the cables.
Well, it's going to take time and money.
And it's going to be also
now what they do,
fire and
Jen,
spark-proof transformers.
what they've done this year is just if high winds are forecast, they cut off power to danger areas until the winds die down. That way you don't have to worry when a tree knocks down a power line, which it will. Then they'll, you know, it won't cause a fire per se. So, yeah, it's, I mean, look, you want to live in, hey, Shannon, you want to live in a beautiful area. It's like we look at the Hollywood Hills, right? There's people that are just sitting up on the hills. These hills are like on 70-degree angles, right? And they're perched up here with supports anchored into the hills. You know, earthquakes are going to take them down. But if a fire gets loose, right, fire rises, climbs, you're just burning up in the hills like Malibu. It's the risk you take when you buy that. All those expensive homes I told you about, the 1,500 homes that burned down, not one of them was worth less than $1 million, okay? Beautiful homes, beautiful views over the Santa Rosa, Sonoma Valley there. Okay, all those homes, 1,500 homes, there's maybe 100 people who have pulled permits to rebuild. What did the rest of the people do? They want to sell their lots and get the hell out of there. You think they want to go through that again? I mean, a husband and wife jumping in a swimming pool to try to save their lives, and the wife dying in the husband's arms right there because of no oxygen in the air. I mean, it's just, you know, the horrors were amazing, you know. Hey, Allie, how are you, sweetie?
Nobody's saying
Allie,
hi.
Pally, my
Carrie?
Australian Pally. How are you, honey?
Okay, why?
Good morning, Cheryl.
I might not have seen
Well,
you.
most people are, a lot of people are insured, but they have the sad reality is they're underinsured because real estate popped a lot over the last 5 years.
When you rebuild, your new insurance will be.
Then when you go to tell your insurance company,
Crazy
cut me the
high.
check, you get 150,000 home, but you're like, oh man, my home's worth $500,000. I know, honey, but you only insured it for 150,000. So here's your check, and we like to doing business with you. Thank you very much. You have to periodically update your insurance. They're not going to come to you, especially if you use a discount carrier. You know, you buy it directly. You got to be responsible for, and even when people had Replacement Plus, they're still having problems with insurance companies and shit. Hey, Christy. Lots of pines in Northern California, but here it's more grass when the grass and bush and vegetation.
Have a good rest of the day.
Yeah, have a good rest of your day. We're going to go ahead and close it out. We had some delicious maple coffee ring today. I'd say that was a total winner. Wouldn't you, Jen? Delicious.
It's a total success.
Yeah. So we love you guys being here. Yeah, you lose everything. We have a good friend, Maxine. We spent the night when we did our 7,636-mile journey, of which you can see the playlist on the channel. We covered like 20 states in 17 days. We were lucky enough to be put up by Maxine in her home with her family. She had a nice fifth wheel travel trailer. We were nice enough to be put up with her family overnight. Well, her Maxine's wife's family, parents and stuff, live in Paradise, California. And Maxine texted me Saturday night that they've lost everything. So, you know, and you got to start over when you're 75 years old, 80 years old. That's a little tough, right? Oh, thank you, Shannon. This is something that Joey D brought us from Reno. So you all have a good day. We've got Thanksgiving next on the agenda. We'll be splitting for Thanksgiving. Missy Jen's going to go to the Boston Janice. I'll be down in Los Angeles, down there. And then when we get back, we're almost immediately off to Reno for a little bit of pre-winter fun there. We'll be doing some street streams.
If the weather permits.
If the weather permits, we'll be going down to Carson City, which is a beautiful little town south of Reno, south of Lake Tahoe a little bit. And it should be a beautiful town decorated for Christmas time. So we should be able to go around and look around and do some street streaming down in Carson City. We'll be bundled up. It'll be cold. We're up at Mile High Plus up there. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up for you guys. I'll probably be on a hood walk this afternoon if we warm up a little bit.
Ali, make sure you start taking 500 milligrams of calcium a day.
Warren, love you.
But together with vitamin D3.
Yeah. Thank you, Warren, for
Every
being by.
day.
Take care, Debbie, Ali, Kaylee, Quinny, Shannon, all you guys. Dixie, love you guys too.
Love each
Have a
and every
wonderful
one of
day,
you.
and we'll see you around.